Let's go, guys. I have a new favorite type of content that I love, and it's called pranks. I love pranking people. It's so funny and hilarious, specifically from a 24-year-old man that pretty much lives in Walmart. Oh, wait, you don't know who I'm talking about? Well, let me show you this video real quick to give you some context. So as you can see in this video, there's a prankster on top of the freezer aisle of Walmart, and his name is Deadrian Harden, I think. Deadrian Harden. I don't know how to say his name, but he is a pretty well-known prankster, and he is promoting his new song here, and he's standing on top of a freezer aisle of Walmart, and it's cropped out, but there's a crowd of people, like a huge crowd of people. Somehow, these are his fans, I guess, and they're recording him performing his new song that he just dropped. I don't know how his song goes at all, but I made a video on it on TikTok, and his fans are hating on me, saying, why are you hating on Deadrian Harding? How dare you hate on this guy? He's really funny. This music is really good. And I'm just very confused how we got to a point in society where this is okay. Like, just imagine the Walmart worker, right? And their life sucks. Their life absolutely sucks. They go home, they live off of food stamps, they're working a part-time job at Walmart, and they're just trying to make ends meet to feed their family and their 6 kids, and they're living off of EBT, and then they come into work next day, and then they see a guy leading a whole crowd running into Walmart to perform his new song, and he's making a lot of money, by the way. He probably makes a lot of money. I've seen him flexing videos of his new Lamborghini and stuff, and he has a private jet. I think he brags in his new song that he's flying private. I think that's like his verse in the song, the chorus or something. But this has to stop, dude. This is just wacky and goofy. I'm kind of taking some lines out of Moist Critical's videos, but like, I've seen this guy go viral before. He pretty much lives at Walmart as well. You might have seen him, or you might have not seen his clips before, but one of his viral clips is him jumping into people's carts and annoying them, and then getting mad when they get mad at him. And he talks back, and people support him in his comment sections. And then another one is him playing hide and seek in Walmart, and then they find him. Like, the workers will find him playing hide and seek, and then he'll start talking gibberish like hubba dooba dooba doo, habby dibby doo. Like, it's like, this is funny to his audience, by the way. Like, I don't know how old they are, but it's funny to them. And then his infamous clip is him getting on top of a horse and riding it inside of Walmart. Yep, you heard that right. He did that one. This is real. It's not fake. It's not AI generated. That is a real situation that happened. And holy attention seeker, bro. Like, he's probably sitting in his room like, how can I go viral today? Oh, I got a great idea. How about I just rent out a horse and ride it in Walmart? That's hilarious. And then he like puts on this cowboy act, and he's like, hey there, ladies, how we doing? Yep, he wears a cowboy hat, he has cowboy boots. Like, hey, this is a great idea. How about I just dress up as a cowboy, since I live in Houston, Texas, and since everyone in Texas is a cowboy, and how about I just ride into Walmart on a horse? This is hilarious. They're going to love this. And I guess it worked in his favor because it did go viral, and that's why I'm talking about it right now. But you know what? I got to give props to Balin Levine, because he at least knew when to hang it up. You know, he knew when to quit the prank. He realized that he was too old for these pranks. He realized, he's like, you know what? Maybe I am getting too old. The pranking life is over. It's not for me anymore. And as much as I didn't really like Balin Levine either, I respect him because, number one, he likes Star Wars and I like Star Wars, specifically the prequels. He loves Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul. He has a Darth Maul statue. I actually respect Balin. And he quit now, and he does vlogs, and he has a girlfriend. He moved on with his life. And I dogged on him at first because his whole slogan was never grow up or something. Don't grow up. Growing up is for phonies or so, whatever his slogan was. I was like, wait, Balin, you're going against your whole moral perspective. How could you not grow up, and then you grow up and make vlogs and quit pranks? How could you do that, Balin? But, you know, at some point your frontal lobe kind of develops, and you're like, wait a second, those pranks of me, you know, being a complete scumbag in Walmart and messing with minimum wage workers actually isn't that funny as I thought it was. I watched the videos back, and I actually have shame for myself. And I'm not going to lie, there is a hidden channel of mine somewhere on the internet, on the YouTubes, somewhere that you could probably find. I actually was inspired not by Balin, but by Danny Duncan. I was a prankster myself back in 2020. I honestly forget what the channel's called, but it's out there somewhere, and you see me pranking a Walmart. So what does that make me? A scumbag, a hypocrite? But the difference is, I was like 16, 17 at the time, going into Walmart, just messing with people, throwing stupid... I wasn't even doing pranks like this guy. I didn't ride a horse. I threw like a plunger one time and recorded and thought it was funny, and then connected to the JBL speakers and thought it was funny. That's all I did. And I also went up to an old man that was getting cat food, and I was like, is this the right aisle? And he said, does it look like I work here? And then my friend came up behind him and said, do you work here? And that was probably my funniest clip. I still watch that sometimes, and I think it's funny. But doesn't it just get old? This is my question to DeAdrian Harden himself. If you're watching this, DeAdrian, number one, what are you doing, bro? Go start a family. We're the same age. I don't have a family yet either. But I'm sitting down here talking like a nice, civil human being about you being a scumbag in public, in Walmart specifically. Number one, I have a couple questions for you, actually. Number one, do you live in Walmart, DeAdrian Harden? And number two, isn't it just getting old? Like, I feel like this is like the fakest guy to meet. Like, listen, I never met him before. I met Kennel Joseph, and I've personally hung out with Kennel Joseph a couple of years ago, and he was a pretty cool, genuine dude. He gave me free merch, and he's a good guy. He's a good kid. But when I see DeAdrian Harden clips and I see him like talking to people, he's like, yeah. Like, you know, that like fake energy. You could just tell someone's fake. That's exactly what I feel like this guy is. I just feel like his whole persona is fake. And I get it. It's not meant for me. Me and him are the same age. I'm not going to obviously sit down and be like, oh, a new DeAdrian Harden video's out. I'm going to watch this. This is really good. No, it's obviously the kids that are watching him, they're falling for his fake persona. But I know in his brain, it's like, if you take away the money from his whole gimmick, like if he's not making money off of this, I guarantee you he wouldn't be doing pranks. There's no way that he's 24 years old and still doing this and enjoys it. I don't understand. But it just like, it needs to stop. It's like, at the age of 25, your frontal lobe develops. I know I've said this a couple minutes ago in this video, but at some point your frontal lobe develops. And DeAdrian Harden, me and you were both the age 24, both class of 2020 and 2019, by the way. That is long, bro. We are unks, bro. My knees do not work anymore. I have to stretch before I work out. Can you believe that? But like, your frontal lobe is about to be developed at the age of 25. It's going to be fully developed, and you're still doing this. And the only reason I see you doing this is for the money, because obviously you have nice cars, and you've apparently flown a private jet before, flown on a private jet. If you've flown a private jet, you probably would have crashed it into a Walmart. But how are you still doing this? Like, I remember back in 2016 when pranks, number one, I didn't even think pranks would still be around by this time. 2016 is when the pranks were taking over YouTube. And I remember watching H3H3 specifically before he, he kind of went woke and stuff. I still got respect for the guy, but for those of you who know ball knowledge, and this is very niche, I feel like, but at one point in time, this guy named H3H3 was taking over the internet with his reaction videos, and he used to react to these prank videos back in 2016, these obviously fake prank videos, and it was from Vitaly, and he did this feeding the homeless video, where the main point was he would be feeding the homeless, but he would record it, so in return, he would get millions of views and make hella money off of feeding the homeless. And that was like the whole gimmick of the pranks back then. It wasn't really a prank, but he used to do prank videos as well that were completely staged. Same with FouseyTube. But in the videos, he would be handing out pizza, and the homeless people would be lined up, and they would be like, we're standing in line, we're standing in line. And he would be yelling at the homeless people to back up. And then it's like, these videos kind of don't have a genuinity, being genuine to it anymore. He's just doing it for the money. And I feel like this is what DeAdrian Harden is doing it for at this point. Like, he finds it entertaining to a degree, but I think at the end of the day, he's just doing it for money. But what am I doing this for? Of course, I'm making this channel to somehow at some point make an income off of it. But I'm doing it in a way where I feel like I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'm just talking about a situation. This guy is a complete scumbag. He's going into Walmart and standing on top of a freezer aisle with his whole fan base and screaming and doing all this to promote his new song. And I guess it's working, but it's just cringe, dude. You gotta hang it up at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy retires next year. I hope he retires. DeAdrian Harden, please retire next year. That's all I gotta say. These pranks are getting out of hand. They're getting wacky. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and make sure you watch Star Wars Episode 3 tonight because it's one of the best movies of all time. Okay, guys, I love you. New videos soon. Tomorrow, actually. Peace.